morning, brothers and sisters. Every one of us are very precious, and we are fearfully and wonderfully made. God makes our spirits and make us to be the best. He is the only one who can satisfy our heart most, and He is the only one who can tell us the value of life. So we have to return to the origin of our life. In His presence, we can find the true meaning of life. I like to sing a old hymn with you in God's Family Hymnal 1, page 61, In Your Presence. We only sing the second to the fourth stanzas. This hymn is about 40 to 50 years old. Really precious. All these years, the church and myself really treasure drawing near the Lord. I really enjoy to draw near Him. You will be touched as you sing along. For there is no English version, so we'll just let us read together. And if you don't know what is the content, the translation, you can look at the description and the subtitle. I have the translation written in there. Let's turn our heart to the Lord and read it to the Lord, and we can meditate it at the same time. In your presence, my heart is peaceful. All the worries are behind my back. The words of the Lord calm my stormy wave. My heart is restful and happy. In your presence, listening to your low whisper to strengthen my spirit. Your words are better than man's 1,000 words. Your voice set me free. In your presence, you are my guardians. Delivered me from the snare. Every knot and trouble of my life, you untie and fix it one by one. It's a real life experience for me. Many things you have encountered may entangle your heart, but when we come to the Lord, all the troubles were gone. You felt easy, and you know how to make the decision, whether it's about your future, your emotional issue, your work, or about the ministry. All these issues can be clear before Him. It's real. I can live confidently and freely before Him, even when I feel weak or seems there is no way out. But when I come to Him, the Lord strengthens me and renewed by Him again. It seems I'm fully charged. How precious! There is full of appreciation, acceptance, and welcome in Him. And even now, He is full of appreciation on me, and still He trails after me spontaneously. I just feel I'm not staying long enough and not serious enough before Him. I hope you and I really cherish the time to be with Him every day, for the Lord really treasures those times with us. How precious we have the Lord like Him who desires us. I hope we fully live up with His love to us. The verses I'd like to share with you is in the second letter to Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 8 to 10. And it said, through honor and dishonor, through slander and praise, we are treated as impostors, and yet are true, as unknown, and yet well known, as dying, and behold, we live, as punished, and yet not killed, as sorrowful, yet always rejoicing, as poor, yet making many rich, as having nothing, yet possessing everything. How many times you had heard as and yet? There are 7 as and yet. Looks like it's, but it is not quite. There are the word as, which is the opposite as yet. It has an unexpected outcome, as poor, yet making many rich. This sentence is quite special. It said here, as poor, yet making many rich. We knew Paul was the one who wrote this letter. Paul himself knew that he was not rich in materially, but his spirit is abundance. And how precious his abundance has affected many people. He made many people rich. Someone mentioned this verse as there were many types of people. It looks like the 7, and yet talk about 7 different types of people. But I think here it talked about one group of people. This group of people were loved by God. This group of people really want to be the witnesses of God and to glorify Him. They will show themselves as the servants of God, disregard in what situation or how people saw them. They give forth the glory of life. We see the different aspects of the truth. The one who loves God really wants to obey His will. Whoever has my commandments and keeps them, he it is who loves me. Therefore we want to walk in His will, to walk in the truths. Then other people will say we are deceiving people, but we know we are talking about the truths and we are sincere. When we work silently, but God knows, and He accompanies us all day long, God will reward us and praises us. These people who loves God, not that they see how worse or how disappointing or how sorrow were their outward conditions. Instead, we can see the spiritual truth. Our spirits are so happy. That's right. They can be poor in condition or materially, but they can see the truth on the other aspects. They can make many people rich, for their spirits are rich. So we shall see we have everything. Never let the external situation to blur your vision. We have to realize the fact that it's the Lord who loves us behind our back. The life of the servant of God are full of difficulties, but in fact, this is not true. It is so sweet to co-work and be in one heart with the Lord. Paul understood the importance of this principle. In fact, he taught us to handle the unfavored condition, the negative feelings, as but to handle and yet. When the enemy is attacking us, we can say to ourselves or say to the enemies, as bad and yet good. For we know that God is making all things work together. Therefore, we shouldn't be discouraged and disappointed during the adverse situation. God will open a way for us so that we can experience Him more as long as we are full of faith in Him. I'd like to tell you a story. It was about a man named Levi Strauss. He didn't sound familiar to you, but he was the founder of Levi's Jeans. In 1853, he left his hometown in New York and went to San Francisco. He wished to do dry goods business with great expectation, and as the gold rush was approaching, many people came for gold mining or tried to make a fortune. Levi Strauss saw that was a great opportunity for his business, so he bought a batch of canvas from New York. Levi Strauss thought the gold miners need the tents, so he thought that he would make the tent and sew it to the miners. When he talked to the miners, this man killed his buzz. "It's ridiculous. What we need most is not the tent. We need some durable work pants, but we have to go down to the mine, and our pants are easily torn by friction." Levi Strauss didn't give up. Instead, his eyes were opened. He got an idea. He asked the tailors to make the long pants by using this brown canvas. The miners tried it and found it very durable to wear. Very soon, many people knew about these Levi jeans were very good, but the other problem came. The canvas he bought were out of stock. How he could solve the problems? He has to use the fabric called linen from France. He thought if he dyed the jeans in dark blue color, then it wouldn't look that dirty. He noticed the pockets on the jeans were easily torn as well. He came up with another idea by putting metal rivets at points of sting, like pocket corner, so they could put the heavy tools or gold nuggets in their pockets. So there it was. Levi jeans has become the fashion in the whole world. In 1976, a pair of Levi jeans were placed in a museum at Washington. It has become part of the traditional culture of America. The world recognized as a coin has two sides. Even they remained optimistic to strive hard with hope. Then how much more are we as Christians? God is above the dark cloud and holding all the authorities for us. He makes all things work together for us. Brothers and sisters, remember what Brother Paul has taught us. As yet, may the Lord strengthen our faith so that our spiritual eyes can see through the uncertainty